Welcome back, people. How's this for a new starting point? London Underground. You can probably hear all the announcements about delays today. It's a huge mess, people. One entire line, the Circle line, is closed. So everybody's being diverted pretty much everywhere else onto the other lines, which also have delays. The reason I'm filming is that many of you asked or wondered what it was like, the underground system here in London. Any minute, according to the board up there, a train should be arriving, or a tube train should be arriving. Like pretty much the entire morning. It's running late. Here it comes. Now the crazy thing is, in a couple of minutes, it will be absolutely solid here. I need to choose my spot because people will flood on, flood off, etc. obviously simultaneously. But the crazy thing is, earlier on, when the train arrived here, train before this one, the number of people that got off it was absolutely crazy. I think that was probably the first train that arrived after the closures were announced. So actually quite reasonable, this one today. People are able to get off, not get squashed, get the luggage off peacefully, and get the hell out of the station, just like I'm about to do. But that's the London Underground. It's not all quite so sparkling though, people, don't get excited. This is one of the newer stations in London. That's why it looks fairly swish, I would say. Yeah, a lot of the network is fairly run down. This station, Westminster, not only is it in the heart of central London, right near the Palace of Westminster, and Big Ben, obviously, but it also services several lines: Jubilee, Circle, District. So it's, for that reason, exceedingly busy. Not all the time, but I mean, Monday to Friday rush hour, obviously chaos, and sometimes at the weekend chaos. I'm wondering, actually, seeing how few got off that tube train. I was expecting a massive crush like the one before, so a bit of an anticlimax. Apologies to everybody, but you saw what I was trying to do, and it's very interesting because I wonder if everybody already arrived at horseguards. Could that be the reason? I mean, I guess it could be the reason. Okay, so before we exit the station, key thing, guys, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Now, quite a nice day, all in all. 15 degrees, breezy, warm, bright, rather nice. Just what we were hoping for, if we're honest. However, I have no idea how that might or might not impact on the numbers of horseguards. Guess we're about to find out. Now, I'm going to try my hardest, guys, today, not to get abused, assaulted, or pushed. Now, will I succeed in that endeavour? No idea. Guess we're about to find out. I'm also hoping that we might get to see a few different troopers, so those that we saw yesterday, purely because there are some more, and it'll be nice to see the ones that we haven't yet seen. Any guarantees of that? No, but I remain optimistic, as ever. Somebody asked yesterday, is London always like this? Look at this Scottish gent here in his finery. London isn't always like this, guys. It's only like this about 6.5 days out of 7 every week. This is bad. Try Oxford Street, Oxford Circus in the run-up to Christmas. That's terror. This is nothing, guys. This is moderation compared to some places, I tell you. Now, the good news is they have actually reopened the crossing. Damn it. I missed the opportunity to go and inspect the brand new latrine facilities, which are quite possibly open. Notice everybody's now flooding across. The traffic marshals have gone. And things seem to have settled down somewhat. Now, as I'm running later than I would have liked, skip past the phone boxes, head straight to you-know-where, ladies and gents. Everyone taking pictures of Elizabeth Tower. And to be honest, on a day like today, we can understand why. Lovely. Oh yes. Very, very easy to understand why it's so popular. Okay, this side is still locked, which means they haven't actually reopened. They've just reopened the crossing, but not the entrance to London's most used toilets. I'm thinking they probably actually are. I never really thought about that, but they probably are the most used public toilets in the whole of Zone 1, just by virtue of location. And these constant numbers, these throngs of massive groups of tourists. I'm really expecting today to see shorts, t-shirts. I mean, I've got 2 layers on, which is probably 1 layer too many. But hey, better to be safe, eh? Plus, a lot of the, I say a lot, I mean some of the lines on the tube, which luckily for me equates to quite a lot, are air-conditioned. So the worst is to go out, get all sweaty, sit on an air-conditioned tube for 20-30 minutes if you're going out of Central, and then get a little bit coffee and wheezy. Gosh. Wow, guys, I'm not intentionally walking slowly. Let me see if I can get around this lot. Where we're going, the actual walks to Horse Guards are going to take 30 minutes plus if these numbers keep going up. It'll be interesting to see actually if there's a very big difference between what we've got now and what we'll have when I come back from holiday. Point being, I think I'll actually notice finally that, hold on a second, things have gone a little crazy whilst I was away for a little while. You need to be absent to really sort of understand and appreciate and miss certain things, and I do think as we get closer to the Easter weekend, things are going to be getting a little bit hairy in Central and around the Horse Guards. Real nice sunshine I can feel on my neck. In fact, it feels great. Okay, last choke point, Downing Street. And then we finally make it. Now, I would have expected this morning's guard change at Buckingham Palace to be an extraordinary affair because of the weather. Probably second, third hottest day of the year today, which meant everybody would have flooded to the Palace guard change. Oh my goodness, hold on a second. How are we going to get through this? Like, actually, how are we going to get through it? I'm not even exaggerating. Wait. Oh. I can't really talk, guys, because I'm holding my breath in to squeeze through the gaps. Wow. Oh my word. People are just sort of standing still. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, it's oh, that's it, finally. Big Frenchie groups just stopping outside Downing Street. There's nothing to take a picture of. I mean, even with the best kit, you can't really get a particularly decent picture of the front door because looking from the front through those gates, 10 Downing Street's over on the right hand side in a very dreary, typically underwhelmingly lit corner. You'll never see it sort of, you know, super bathed in sunshine. It's a very dreary little street it is, to be honest. But hey, I mean, it's iconic, so it's not really surprising that people throng there. Somebody noticed a sign about bicycles and stuff or anything else that was left here unattended gets disposed of and destroyed. Understandably, really. Given the history of this particular street during the Troubles. And not just this street, actually. I mean, Hyde Park, Canary Wharf, take your pick. Lots of issues in lots of places. And that in large part is why there are no rubbish bins, folks. Now, one thing I wasn't entirely sure about today, I didn't want to mention it, because there was a lot of chit-chat actually, and I wonder if they were doing it on purpose. I had some of the troopers saying to me, you know what, we'll wait until the regimental change, so the regiment will ride over in summer order. I also wonder whether the Blues have brought their summer order, but ladies and gents, you will be delighted to hear that they didn't quite manage to trick me, scoundrels. If you're watching, you know who you are, and you're very naughty for saying to me, skip Sunday. Come on Monday. Honestly, I was told, come on Monday, early. Summer order, people in the house, first day. Yeah, I was convinced that, in fact, it was going to be tomorrow, first day. Here is... Oh, he's just come out as well. 2 minutes past the hour, so we got here with beautiful timing. This gent in his summer order, looking magnificent. How's about that? Oh my, it's busy here. There we go, that's a little bit better, folks. Yep. Summer order day 1, 2025. Pretty sweet spot actually here. Got a good view. I'm sure she's waiting to get shouted at on the right. Just step back, ladies and gents, carefully. You'll see the thing that I was talking about before. You've got a line, one is just leaving, 2, 3, 4, 5 Filipino spammers, all in a line, all live streaming on TikTok. They'll probably stand there all day. That was what I was referring to before by the spammer problem. Lucky they're quite short, so it's easy to film over them, but at the same time, the persistence of that particular group is extraordinary. And those of you that have messaged me and emailed me and stuff to mention about certain controversial videos being reposted in small clips or in full, they are the source. Yeah, they're the ones that repost those clips that were deleted by other channels in the past. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if today was strict in the sense that, hey, the troopers needed, keyword needed, to move into some order today, or whether it was weather dependent. I don't know how fixed it is in the calendar, in all honesty. Round of applause for somebody behind. I don't know what that's for. But golly, it feels like a long time since we saw some. I mean, it has been a long time, but it feels even longer. It feels like a year, to be honest, since we were last here, and the troopers are in summer order. To be honest, looking at it again now, obviously it looks, considerably lighter, easier than the cloak. But bearing in mind, gloves, the wool overcoat or tunic, I think is the better way to describe it, in themselves would be pretty heavy. But, and this is the key, add in the cuirass, guys. What is a cuirass? Cuirass is the breastplate that is strapped to the soldier's chest with the same on his back. That cuirass is weighty, people. Okay, that's not some sort of lightweight NASA designed material. That's good old-fashioned steel. It's weighty, restricts your movement, and if you're sweating behind it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stick on you all day. So easy as it is, in summer order, it's not easy per se. I've never actually had any trooper say to me that they think it's more difficult to be in some order, but it's certainly not the... he was just about to charge the horse of that idiot, but it's certainly not what you're thinking. In other words, it's certainly not, a light, short-sleeved, modern addition to the army wardrobe in 2025. It is somewhat antiquated, glorious as it is to look at, and I know a lot of you mentioned before that, hold on, maybe it's time for an update so the troopers have a uniform that is more in keeping with the often unseasonably hot temperatures. Don't forget, guys, the troopers sometimes are in summer order in the boxes when it's 30, 34, 35 I think is the hottest we saw summer before last. Yeah, that was hard even to stand outside of film. Imagine sitting with all that kit on a warm-blooded animal with a fluffy fleece between yourself and the warm-blooded animal. Yeah. Reminds me of how difficult it is to lay on a rug in front of an open fireplace in the winter.
I'll take your coat. Oh, thank you.
That's very thoughtful. Now, I'm guessing because of the numbers, they've pulled one gate nearest to me is closed. I don't know if it's going to stay closed, but they're funneling everybody out of the central gate this morning. I don't know how long that will last, but I guess we'll find out. So it didn't take long, did it, for somebody to get shouted at? I do like the fact the trooper was absolutely poised to use the horse. I mean, to be honest, I do wonder what would happen if one of the troopers did go to use the horse, but the person either had AirPods in or was hard of hearing, and the horse knocked them to the ground. Real tricky, isn't it? Oh, she's super scared, look. The horse, maybe she's going to run. I don't understand how it's that scary. I mean, if it were a tiger, I'd get it. Horse wants a nibble. Who's next? He has a foot in the box. I think the trooper's only going for those that actively just march over like they own the place. And to be honest, I think that's fair. If you try and get every single foot out of the box that crosses into the box, there is a huge problem. What's the huge problem? There's not enough space on the public highway for all these boots, all these people. Not even close to there being enough. Oh. Gently dressed very similarly to me actually today, although I've changed my cab colour. I've joined a new regiment. I've joined the white cabs. Hot enough for a white cap today, guys. Reflects the heat beautifully.
What's the word?
See, still tons of people. I mean, absolutely tons. It's chocker, waka, waka. Thing is, are they going to bother coming forward? I will briefly have a kind of a look at the other end occasionally, but as some of you mentioned yesterday, no idea what everyone's shouting about. It's frustrating. I know it is, guys, when you see one trooper enforcing the box and the other choosing not to, as is their right, but I do get your frustration, as I read a lot of you mentioned in the comments yesterday. Now, the thing is, ideally, we want to know which horse this is. Possibly Sefton. I honestly don't remember, guys. I don't want to speculate because I honestly don't know with this one. So this is the first day in summer order, and as such, the magnificent trooper and horse have thoroughly earned picture of the day at this end. We know that. Let me see if I can get the hoof number. Again, easier said than done. 1 second. That light's a bit of a mess on the hoof. Okay, I think I've got it. I'll deal with that after. If not, I'll post it as nameless horsey of the day and leave it to you guys to fill in the blanks. This massive group from Espanol are not even bothering to move. They're just standing there and observing. I don't know why they're observing, but for whatever reason they don't want to come over to the horse. Curious. What about all those that are now arriving from the front gates, having left the palace. Saying, oh, we don't want to stop here. Okay, finally the courage is starting to pluck up a little bit. It's a largely non-English speaking Spanish group on exchange with an English tour group. He's native English, the guy in the blue fleece jacket. Yeah, he says don't put your hand out. In other words, don't get it bitten off by the horse. The main reason, sorry, the main reason that the spammer group stands there is that spot directly in front is out of direct sunlight, so it does make a little bit of a difference to the filming. But the thing that I find personally a bit annoying about that, it doesn't affect my filming, is that by blocking that area constantly, it means that no tourists were able to get directly in front for a straight-on photo op. Sadly. I think they should install some sort of grate on the ground, and if anyone stands on it for longer than, I don't know, X amount of time, say 10 minutes, the grate automatically opens and they fall into a large plastic subterranean bin below Whitehall. Of course, he possibly reacting to the gust of wind. The other thing is it takes the troopers a lot longer to get ready, before they mount up when they're wearing some order. So that's, I guess, I mean, what is it? I was going to say it's another negative, I guess it's a negative aspect. I mean, nobody wants to spend more time getting dressed than they need to, even if we're going to the supermarket. And here as well, look, I mean, huge numbers, but they're, for a reason, not surging forward as we were expecting. But lovely though to see Summer Order back, and my goodness me, is the kit gleaming on what? I dare say they were up super late last night and again super early this morning, not just on the boots, but the sword, the cuirass, everything is out. You can really see it when the sun is shining like this, and it's completely, at least from where I'm standing, guys, fussy as some of us are, it looks to me to be immaculately presented in every respect. Even the horse looks quite regal today. Look, like he's had a bit of his forelock combed, maybe straightened a little bit and combed. No, very, very curious. Oh, he's listening to our. Of course, he's listening to our conversation. Yeah, but despite this many people, folks, why is it that the majority of them are ignoring the horse by not approaching? I don't get it. Very strange. But I did say that I'd show you this end, and that was that. Somebody all in black right behind me, like super close behind me, which is curious. Oops, sorry. Trying to walk through carefully without bumping into anyone. I will avoid the yard today, just because I don't think we're likely to get anyone in the arches. Massive mess at the front here, which tourists are being warned not to stand in. Golly gosh. Okay, so we'll get back in through the spammer line. Marching through the box. The thing is, I think actually, guys, that there's a very, very strong possibility that because of the changes here and because of the numbers that we're going to see both in Easter holiday proper, but more importantly after the Easter holiday, going into the summer, I think a lot of the minor spammers will give up, in all honesty. I mean, nobody really watches much of what they publish anyway, so if it drops a little bit further, they might have to go and get a real job, which would be nice. just an odd concoction of everyone. Look at it. It's like a big, massive tourist soup. That's exactly what it is, actually, a tourist soup. Is there anyone brave enough to go anywhere near the horse for a picture? It looks like they installed an invisible force field around the box.
What? Come here.
Everyone's ignoring it, completely ignoring it. Which I've got to say I find actually quite pleasurable. She's asking if she can get a picture there. I mean, that far away from the box. It's pretty far. But he did nod. The annoying thing is not being able to get Gatesman and Schitsman images, folks, in some order. It's a real pity. But I'm quietly optimistic we will be able to get those pictures before summer and the tourist season ends. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, quietly optimistic. I'm not sure if she's super nervous or super respectful, or maybe both. Okay, here comes our animated Spanish tour group leader in banana yellow. It's actually more of a mustard, isn't it, to be fair?
Where are the boys?
Our horsey watching channel is becoming a people watching channel. Okay, so here comes the latest squash.
Baba o sarayın içinden girip şuraya çıkıyor. Cam forası.
Some lovely red-haired Spanish tourists. I wondered if she was like waiting for a pet to come over. No, it's a kid. Sorry, folks. Or if we keep getting spammer phones in the frame, folks, I'll just stand directly in front of them and film there instead. Moving slightly out of the way to let the tourists through the gap. Could somebody translate in the comments, guys, what our man is saying, what he's explaining? I wonder if any of the tour guides got a little pitch about the removal of the guards in the yard, or whether it's being just overlooked. Because at the end of the day, I think the majority of people coming here in tour groups had no idea that it used to be, excuse me, that there used to be foot guards. So they might not actually even need to mention it. He just referred to everybody here that's filming. So I dare say he's saying, be careful with with the box, otherwise you'll get shouted at and end up on YouTube. Fair point. Okay, yes. Good guy. Like him, he's always really chirpy and optimistic. His body language is always positive. Which, to be honest, given how much of a hard job that is, when there are so many people, I admire his professionalism. It's hard enough to film, let alone actually leading a group of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people around. Oh. Okay, his wife's moving him out the box. So, get out of the box. 2. Police are keeping a good eye on the crowd today from inside. Who's up next? Ta-da! Definitely the best dress so far. Loving the fabric. And plus, oh, that was not great. I was just speculating actually. I was about to speculate on what would happen if somebody's patting the horse and stuff, but the horse sticks his head outside the box area. I mean, strictly speaking, that's not against the rules. Okay, let's say Blondie doesn't get shouted at. Like I said, guys, some people in full, some order themselves, clothing-wise. Okay, she's going back for a second attempt.
Hello, kamusta? Oo nga eh.
Troopers are eyeballing because he walked straight through the middle of the box. I think, though, to be honest, it's far less likely that people going into the box, unless they're going into the box and approaching the horse, will get shouted at today. And the reason I say that is the trooper has pulled the horse, and indeed himself, out of the bright sunshine. This end is a real sun trap at this time of the day. And summer kit or not, it's pretty hot to be sitting in direct sunlight. Oh, look at this. Clippy Clops. Hasn't got Brabazon today, he's got a different one. Good, yourself? Yeah. Look at this. Fantastic. I don't know where they've hid Brabbers. Hopefully not in the same place that they've hidden our beloved Mr. Mond. Oops, sorry guys. Trying not to walk into any tourist's face. Right, let's get ourselves in front of the other sign for a little bit. We can pretty much agree that the chance of anyone getting in trouble or shouted at this end is pretty much zero. In fact, even less than zero. She's in the box, this lady, look. Oops. The trouble is everybody is 6 foot tall, so like really tall.
Okay, Judy.
Like hyper tall, like what? Looks like the whole family's gonna get in the box. It actually really does, like. Boom.
مجدي تعالى صور. طب انا صورت.
I guess this inn doesn't really have a box. Nope, it doesn't have a box. To all intents and purposes. Not sure which horse it is either, actually, looking at it, folks, sadly.
I've never seen it for ages. I've been coming because I've been told the horseguards shut down.
Huh? Wait, he told you it shut down?
Everyone, people tricked me.
No, you know they're talking a bunch of rubbish. You know the main difference, yeah?
Yeah.
The guards have gone in the yard. Other than that, oh, okay, that's interesting. So the corporal of horse is asking them not to stand inside the box, right in front of his trooper, who's sitting on a horse in the box. What do we make of that, people? That's an interesting capture. I honestly don't remember having encountered that recently. I've seen it before, but not recently. In fact, not at all recently, in all honesty. Very surprising. This is why sometimes it is important to move, because you kind of never know what you're going to get. Sorry, Jack, go ahead. It's like a box of chocolates, guys. You really have no idea what you're going to get. Oh, great, I had to stop. It's me standing back to give him some space. And it stops right in front of the camera. Now, I don't know if the corporal of horse is going to come back. Because ultimately he can't come and tell everyone that gets into the box to get out of the box. Just like, you know, if the police were doing it, it would be like painting the Forth Bridge. Absolutely, you know, endless. Some money has fallen onto the ground beneath the horse. The officer's going to go in and retrieve it. It's a secret mission. He's told the trooper that he'll take the money into the guard room. I didn't know what the trooper said. If anyone can lip read and they got that, post it. Be interesting actually to know. Yeah. So just yesterday I was saying we hadn't actually got any money being put into a boot or dropped, and then bingo, it happens. Wouldn't believe it. You did tell me well in one respect though, because this first day of summer order, they just changed it to summer order today. Cloaks off today, so you timed it well.
I don't know where I am.
It's like they go to summer order, you go into winter order. You're literally dressed for December, no, to be honest.
I didn't realise until I came back. Oh my god.
It's not just me, it's actually really hot today, no?
It is,
Yeah, really. Wow, gosh. Yeah, so no shouting at tourists who are naughty. No guards standing at the front.
Apparently it was really busy yesterday.
It was proper chocker. Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going on holiday soon, so I'm not going to miss it, I tell you. It's just kind of a bit more chaotic because everyone that arrives and comes out, they have to stand here or loiter here because there's nothing in the yard.
This is what, you know, when everyone told me it's going to be inside. This is my first point. I said it's definitely going to be busier outside.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do think we'll get a lot of groups going into the archery. Last week I did catch one group having a picnic. They were just sitting there having their lunch in the archers and the police threw them out. That I think will happen in the yard, but definitely no shouting for the moment. Plus some of them, this trooper for example is not saying a single thing to anyone when they get right up even close to the horse. But the other end, he's enforcing it very, very strictly. So I don't get it. Nothing makes sense right now. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, Dad, you're right. Yeah. See you soon. Okay, folks. Very long-term YouTuber. We know him. We've spoken to him before. He's a good guy, and he's been here a lot longer than even you know who. Yes. All of you still in the odd belief that a certain person was the first YouTuber here. He wasn't. He was probably the third. Bingo. Back.
Espera aí que não está a se mexer muito.
I do find that curious, though, that little episode with the corporal of horse, because in a way, is he not kind of trying to imply to the trooper that, hey, I think you should I don't know, guys. I mean, what's your take on it? With the corporal of horse coming out, saying it so clearly and so audibly in front of the trooper and everyone that was here. Very, very curious to see that. Almost, in some respects, I wouldn't say overriding the trooper's judgment, but arguably, yeah, it could be looked at that way, couldn't it, I guess? Very badly called that, actually. A new flood just arriving and starting to come out of the gates. Half of Poland here today.
Okay.
Who's next? Quite possibly no one. So guys, let me get a teeny bit out and around. Prefer to be slightly to one side, so we've got a better view over the signage. There we are. That's more like it. That way we can see the numbers arriving, and then also turn the camera if and when they decide to stop. A couple of thoughts actually is happily chatting away with tourists and visitors in the yard, which is a great thing to see. I've mentioned many times before that I think that's a card the army have underplayed. There have been 3, maybe 4 corporals of horse in the past 2 years that have spent a lot of time out in the yard talking with tourists. Not all like to do it, and they don't have to do it, but I do think it's a huge PR coup for the army to have, a uniformed NCO, non-commissioned officer, talking with tourists, explaining what this place is and its function. I know it must get annoying being asked the same question 500 times in one day, and the other problem, and the reason a lot of the corporals of horse are not in the yard a lot, is the second that, when it's busy, the second one tourist sees someone in uniform, of course they want a picture, understandably. But then everyone else sees it and they want a picture. And I remember last summer and also in the first ever summer, sometimes it would literally be 10 minutes. Just, successive tourists picture. Can I get a bit, and it gets, they're only human after all, it gets a bit grating. Being asked the same question and being asked for a picture dozens of times. So I get it, and they can't, they can't say get lost, even though they might occasionally want to. I have, in fact, before, it doesn't matter which one, heard one corporal of horse saying you don't deserve a picture. That was actually quite funny. It wasn't on camera, but it was because they were being stupid beforehand in the yard. So when they decided to try and pretend to be normal and went over for a picture, they said, you don't deserve it, and walked off. Fair's fair. I think we've noticed here that those that are polite and respectful are the ones that end up getting a response from the trooper, or occasionally they are the ones that are allowed to feed the horse, not that we agree with it, or occasionally they're the ones that are given permission, very exceptionally, for pictures with the police. There's normally ex-military or I had a lot of sheriffs before. I heard people saying before, I was sheriff of blah blah blah county, and then straight away, obviously, the police, they'll show them like a badge or whatever, or some ID, and then the police will be, okay, you can have a picture. So I guess it's like a law enforcement, military respect kind of thing.
Bye-bye, horsey.
Yes, bye-bye, horsey. No exceptionally well-dressed individuals today, except for the lovely lady who I think was wearing a sari. If I've got that wrong and it wasn't a sari, I apologise. Trooper is the absolute Iceman, super professional all the time and always super hyper observant. But today there are notorious victims. It would appear. Oh, the guy said to him, how'd you get onto it, the horse? That's a good question, folks. How do the troopers mount the horse? If you want to know the answer to that, watch the Hyde Park Elizabeth Cup video, and you will see the little device that they use with the assistance of their colleagues to mount and indeed dismount. Okay. I really thought that little Mr. Moody there with his little trolley was going to mouth off. See a dirty look, I'm not sure if we got it on camera, a dirty look goes when he sort of stopped the turn. I thought, oh, don't move that horse toward me. Oh, hold on, look at this. Loving her satin outfit, very nice, beautiful colour. Gosh, she could be a walking advertisement for the city of Marrakesh in those colours. Fantastic. What do we call that? Rustic red, I guess. Move again, folks. I do like to plod myself around. I'm taking a huge circle around the group. It's just easier to go right around the tourists than to try and move backwards. This is what I'm kind of dealing with the filming. It's pretty hectic. It's fun, but at times it's pretty hectic. Oh my, oh my. Oh, we've got a walking Burberry disaster here. Not sure if we've missed him getting his pictures. 1 second. Burberry man with the sunshades on the left. It's all fake, but you've got to have guts to dress like that in public, I tell you. Okay, who's next? Ta-da! Right. Got a decent-ish spot here under this sign.
Arkadaşlar görücü kuyruk var.
Kuyruk yok. Öyle bir şey yok. Hadi go.
I think Monsieur Le Burberry is up next.
Hayır, tek çekeceksin ya. Niye tek? İki şekilde çıkartacak. Tamam. Hayır, bir saat çekeceksen.
Moroccans. I'm expecting actually to see potentially, I certainly hope, a lot more Arabic-speaking Arab families in the next few days. Only problem is I won't be here. That's a shame. In fact, I think Ramadan finishes. 1 second. Yeah, today. Ramadan finishes today. There we go. I'm not sure. Is it the horse that's reacting to people getting too close, folks, or is it the trooper that is? I didn't see. All I see is the horse move. I didn't see whether or not there's a gesture on the reins before the movement, or whether it's a response to people getting a little bit too close. Hard to see. Okay, I think Mr. Burberry's up next. At the other end, he'd already be shouted at because he's right in the middle of the box. I'll tell you to get out of the way. Oops. And everyone else is pushing in. Oh, I spy Brabazon, folks. We're going to get him nice and clean in the frame. Here he comes. Look at this, magnificent Brabazon. Actually, you know what? They're going to go straight across, aren't they? I think. Oh no! Oh, here he goes. Look at this, Brabazon. He's a beauty. Wow! Look at that. A big, happy, magnificently speckled face. Completely unique. He doesn't look like any of the others, does he? It's not just the size. Okay, we're back. Ta-da. Yes, the guards have agreed a sponsorship deal, guys, with Burberry. Every visiting tourist gets a free Burberry jacket, courtesy of Mile End Market. Oh, somebody's posing up on the left. Bro, hello. A stableman is on his way out to open up the doors to this box. Ready for light to flood through, hopefully. There we go. Ta-da! Super. Okay, we're actually going to plonk ourselves here, I think, for this changeover. Got a good spot. Will there be a part 2? Oh, the key question, folks. Instinctively, I think not. Oh. Ah. So the corporal of horse did have an impact, it would appear. Interesting. This one's in the box as well. Outside the Whitehall. Bingo. The moment you're all waiting for. Well. That was a pleasant surprise, was it not? Folks, we were not expecting that to happen, and yet it did. Brilliant. Stableman checking the saddle strap. And a dude on the right thinking, hey, get out of my picture. Looks like we changed ends at just the right time again. Horse is ready for the change, people, you can tell. He's like, get me out of here. The good thing is that we will see the 2 replacement troopers also in their summer finery in this video. Hope she's back. Quite impressive, actually, to be that much of a glamour puss without a sticky face in this heat. I know you're going to say, guys, no, it's only 16 degrees. I tell you what, come and stand here. It feels like it's flipping 36 degrees. Thank goodness for wearing the white cap today. Oh my goodness, wait. I'm putting my hand on my water bottle. It is absolutely... Oh my gosh, it's a hot water bottle at this point. Corporal of Horse is walking out telling everybody to get back and gesturing with his riding crop. There he is, look. Brilliant. Are we going to see a slightly more proactive approach to tourist discipline? I wonder. I'm only going to stay at this end for this changeover solely because I'm in a good spot and it seems pointless to move. But I will go straight back to the other end, depending on which trooper comes out or which end after this change, which is coming up in 2 minutes. Stableman is telling everybody to get behind the bollards. There we are. Get behind the bollards.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you behind me. You're right. Yeah? Okay, there's a gent taking a picture behind me. Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Toys are going to get pushed now behind the bollards. This bro, look, you just told him. Is he dumb or what? Whoa, they're really, really on it now, aren't they? What on earth? Fantastic stuff, eh? Oh, and a smile from the trooper to, I think, the corporal of horse is in the yard behind the box. The other thing that I really liked is that spam head next to me, one of the regular spammers that stands here with a camera on, like well, on a frame. He told her to put a camera behind the bollard as well. Love that. Never seen that before. Because to be honest, folks, it only takes some very consistent, heavy discipline for word to spread that X, Y, Z is not going to be tolerated here. And then boom, it just doesn't happen anymore. But that was really interesting to see the trooper. But so stern. Yes, a new star, folks, the stableman. Yeah, the corporal of horses is in the yard. Oh, he's in the box. He's entering the box to inspect the horse and the kit, I guess. So there's always walking through the box. Okay, get ready for Dopey here to be told to get behind the bollards at some point, I think. He probably hasn't quite understood that there's a guard change in progress. Is he going to get told? He's quite far away. It would mean a massively loud shout. What? Now they're all going up. See, one does it, they all follow. Pity the stableman's already gone back in. That would have been fun. Stableman versus Blondie. Meanwhile, half of Italy just turned up to my right. Andiamo? Yes, that's Andiamo. In the middle of the guard change.
Vengo pure io, mo. Aspetta, rimani là che vengo pure io. Dai, vieni con me che ho paura.
Va bene, vai tranquilla.
And another one, seriously. I'm actually genuinely surprised right now.
Oh, okay. It's nervous, you say?
Yeah, they don't understand. The Italian group doesn't understand. Oops. Oh my god, seriously?
Raga, guardate la merda.
Oh dear. Where's the stableman when you need him?
Raga, guardate la tazza.
Completely oblivious, all of these people, to the fact that we're in the middle of the changeover. I don't know. What can you say, people? Should I say something? Parla inglese? No. Why? Because there's no point. Because it's not my job, is it? Let's be honest, people. Oh, flipping. Here we go again. I can understand people. I know it's going to frustrate you, but I can fully understand why the trooper isn't shouting at them. Okay? Because there's a whole line of people, of which I am a member, I freely admit, that are filming. And as I've said before, not all the troopers are happy to be all over social media screaming or shouting or whatever. And I get it, I do get it. It's a very, very, very tricky one.
Careful, 1, 2, 3, smile.
It seems, possibly, they're running late. I wonder if there's an issue with the kit. Yep, we're already just about to touch 3 minutes past the hour, and still no replacement card. The horses are being well behaved actually, they're not even getting remotely skittish. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to take before they're finally out. Oh, here we go. At 3.5 minutes after the hour. Well, rare. Yeah, it would have been something to do with kit, 100%. Either something was missing or something wasn't quite attached right. Possibly the, what's it called again? Cartouche, folks. Cartouche is the little pouch that attaches to the back of the cuirass. Little leather pouch used to contain gunpowder, I believe, back in the day. Now it's largely a redundant ornamental item, but I know some of the troopers, I've been told, put their phones in it. I dare say the horses must be thinking, like, why are we still standing here? This one wants a drink, I can tell. Right, so the new trooper that we saw the day before yesterday is coming into this box. I can't quite see yet the other end, but I will include that in the video. And instead of going for a second part, I will let this part run a teeny bit over, ladies and gents, because that seems like the smart option. I still can't see who's in the other box. Possibly a lady trooper? Actually, I think it's a new lady trooper in the other box. So 2 new troopers. This gem, who we saw the day before yesterday, and the lady trooper, who we've already seen too, who's also new. Wow. He is looking pretty dapper, I must say. Absolutely brilliant, in all honesty. Hoping the horse can look up a teeny bit. There we go. Oh, how stupid am I? I forgot about the dismount. Oh my goodness me. Dismount me up, people. We missed it. Silly, silly John. What an idiot. Sorry guys, flipping literally one of the first dismounts of 2025. Completely forgot. I bet you were shouting at me when I was saying that I'm going to stand out here in front. Yeah, I completely forgot. And so, looking along here, did almost everyone else film it by the looks of it? Duh. Sorry people, I completely forgot that there's a dismount. Yeah. God damn it. Don't worry.
No, you can't go up there.
It also explains why everyone is patiently at the gate. Okay, that's interesting. Very. And then they go. Horses being led in by the troopers, having dismounted in the yard. Well, well, well. My friend just noticed as well. We should have gone into the yard. I completely forgot that they're dismounting now. Because in some order, they're jumping off the horse.
The color thing as well, that
Yeah.
They're gonna do that every hour.
Summer order. Yeah, they dismount every hour. Wow, how's about that, folks? 1 second. I need very briefly, folks, very, very briefly. Actually, wait, it's a massive. Oh, what the hell? Where did all these people come from?
Italy.
I mean, like in London, like probably from Buckingham Palace, no? Is that where you guys know?
Italy.
No, but before that, I mean, like where were you before this? Like Buckingham Palace or?
Yeah, no,
No, but I mean, before you came here to Horseguards, you came from Buckingham Palace?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, grazie.
Oh goodness. Okay, so another issue. Again, stableman dealing with it. I'm not sure if it's the saddle strap, but it's absolutely look at this. This is everyone leaving the yard after that dismount. Yeah, I'm such a fool for people for not remembering that we'd moved to dismount. Oh, 1 second. Try and get into the yard. Wow, it's crazy busy. Like mad. 1 second. I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, restart the video. Sorry guys, I had to quickly ask the trooper something. Right, so we're in the yard. We'll be finished up in a few minutes. Oh, just needed a little bit of a moment out of the sunshine, and that massive number of people. That was absolutely crazy. Crazy. I mean, at least we got the horses being led back through the gates. That's a positive, I would suggest. So funny when... Where did everyone come from? The guy just stopped and says Italy. I didn't mean it like that, but sweet nonetheless. Right. There isn't a long time left. Actually, it's one of the sisters that's mounted at this end. 1 second. I want to try and get us reasonably central for another picture. I think we can have possibly 2 pictures of the day today, considering it is the first day of summer order. Still not sure which horse that one is actually, with the cute little blaze. Gosh, it's suddenly got absolutely chocker here. Again. Crazy. Just waiting, guys, for the space to take that picture. Goodness gracious. I'm just surprised at the moment how everyone's managing to stay out of the box, because it's so busy here, there's almost no room to avoid it. Random people just stopping. See if we can quickly get that picture before it gets... There we are. Get behind the white line. Oh, yeah. Loving that. Okay, I think we've just got a magnificent picture of the trooper. And another one. Golly. How's about that then? So that's 2 in the space of 2 minutes, or in the space of 2 seconds actually. This crowd will dissipate very quickly. It's just everyone leaving the yard after that change and dismount. But great to see this lady trooper back in her summer order. And I say that because here we go, another one. Stand behind. God, she is magnificent. Is she not, ladies and gents? Absolutely brilliant. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, was she or her sister in Elizabeth Cup this year? Folks, actually, you know what? Nah. I did say I probably should. I won't say anything actually. Oh, let's wait, guys. Let's wait until the army PR materials are released. It would seem a bit wrong, to be honest. Yeah, let's not go there. Who's next? Nice one. I was a bit worried then, folks. I thought he was going to ask for my hand in marriage. He was a good-looking chap, but I don't go that way. Hold on. It's actually pretty sweet. Yeah. It did make me blush then, actually. I'm not particularly fussy, but you know, when somebody gets on their knees right in front of me, it's not always a positive. Oh, goodness me. Oh, Corporal of Horse. 1 second. Oh no, he's gone back in. He's wearing something that he didn't have on before. More on that if he comes to the front. If, bear in mind, I don't think I'll let this run past 120. That's more than enough, guys. That gives you a good amount of horseguardsy footage today. Oh, I think somebody's gone to sleep there next to the wall. Exhausted, killed them on the ride. Bless. I think they're debating, should we go closer or are we going to get shouted at? Oh, they're off. Yeah, I think based on the several instances of get out of the box or over the line or whatever it is, whatever variation the magnificent trooper used, I think, yeah, it's going to have to be the first picture of the day right here. Brilliant stuff to see, guys. Really, really, really on it. Authoritative without needing to shout. And to be honest, if she can do it, why can't everyone do it? That's my take on it. So now you know, pretty much. Okay. Let's move, whoops. Without a teeny weeny bit. A lot quieter actually. Lots of the people that were here earlier filming have buzzed off. Great. I was secretly hoping the Corporal of Horse would come back out because he's looking splendid, splendid, thoroughly splendid. But regrettably, he's too busy doing what he does best. Ensuring that everything, presentation-wise, is up to scratch, and we have to respect that. He's at work. It would have been great to get a picture, actually. I was going to ask him if it were possible to get a picture in his summer order in the yard, but he's gone back in. Never mind, guys. There'll be plenty of other opportunities in the coming weeks and months.
You Michael Hunt.
Sorry?
You Michael Hunt.
Michael
Hunt.
Say that to yourself slowly, and then watch the film Porky's, and you'll know the answer.
So that means yes.
Say, like I said, say it slowly. How does it sound when you say those two words together?
Just answering the question.
Then think before you switch.
I don't need to think. So
Well, you clearly do need to think because you're not actually understanding the joke that you just actually played on yourself. So
that's a joke here, so you know the name.
go home and enjoy yourself,
So
my
you
man.
know the name. So that means yes. Sure enough.
I don't know you, my friend,
I
so
don't need to know you.
better that you move on, I reckon.
You've never seen me before.
Porky's, yeah, remember the
You've
film
never seen me
Porky's?
before.
I'm not interested in who you are, whether I've seen you before, so why would I care who you are? I don't need to know your name because I don't care who you are.
But everyone knows you.
Good, I'm glad I'm famous. It's always nice to be famous.
Infamous.
Or infamous, yeah, you could look at it that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for dropping by, you can go now. Okay, he's off. Like I said, watch the film Porky's and the penny will drop. Pity your IQ isn't higher, otherwise you would have got the joke already. Okay folks, let's leave him. Some clown pointing a camera. There he is. Look, this guy, some random, I don't know, audit or whatever, He clearly hasn't got the joke, but it's a pity actually, because the smarter person would have got it in 2 seconds.
I'm an auditor.
I don't care whether you're auditor, private detective, don't care, couldn't care less, doesn't bother me at all.
The only unintelligent one here is Sarah's you.
Yeah, I'm the one that just used the name that's very famous in a certain film. You still haven't, the penny still hasn't dropped with you.
I don't.
It clearly hasn't. I'll leave you now because you're a bit simple. Okay folks, let's leave him. He's following me along, so I'll end the video shortly. I'm guessing it's one of two things. It's either going to be an auditor or a private detective, or, and I've got a pretty good idea of who it is, based on something interesting that happened the day before yesterday. Corporal of Horse is behind me. He's gone out in his summer best, gone to the front. I was kind of hoping we'd get a little bit of the Corporal of Horse in his, but nope. So we got the face of the auditor guy, auditor, private detective, investigator, simpleton. I mean, I don't know who it is, and I couldn't care less who it is. But I've got an idea. However, more on that if and when, police have already had a look at what he's doing, if and when the penny drops, I'll tell you more. I've got a good idea. The funny thing is, folks, ladies and gents, the penny didn't drop with him. He's so stupid, he didn't get it. He came over and said to me, "Are you Mike Hunt?" I'll just leave that there, folks, to see if any of you actually do get it. And on that note, I'm out of here. Bye for now, people.